11-year-old Sami had been counting the days until summer vacation. This year was special. He and his family were going to Turkey, a country he'd only seen in pictures and travel shows. The night before the flight, Sami barely slept. His mind buzzed with images of ancient ruins, bustling markets, and golden beaches. When the morning finally came, he helped his parents pack the last of their things: sunscreen, hats, and his little sketchbook that he never traveled without. The flight was long, but Sami didn't mind. He gazed out of the window as the plane crossed mountains and seas, imagining what adventures awaited. When they finally landed in Istanbul, the air smelled different: warm, spicy, and exciting. Their first stop was the famous Hagia Sophia. Sami stood in awe, his head tilted back to see the enormous dome, painted with mosaics older than anyone he'd ever known. He drew quick sketches in his book, capturing the shapes and arches that seemed to float in the air. In the Grand Bazaar, Sami felt as though he'd stepped into a maze of colors and scents. There were rows of lanterns that glowed like jewels, piles of fragrant spices, and carpets with swirling patterns that told stories of their own. One morning, they took a ferry across the Bosphorus. The sea breeze whipped Sami's hair around as he watched the seagulls follow the boat. His father explained how Istanbul sat on to continents Europe and Asia, and Sami loved the idea of standing with one foot in each. Their trip continued to Cappadocia, where they woke before dawn to ride in a hot air balloon. As the sun rose, hundreds of balloons lifted into the sky, floating over strange, rocky valleys that looked like something from a fairy tale. Sami felt like he could reach out and touch the clouds. On the last days, they traveled south to the turquoise coast. Sami swam in water so clear he could see tiny fish darting around his feet. In the evenings, the family ate fresh grilled fish by the harbor, and Sami tried Turkish ice cream, stretchy, chewy, and fun to watch as the vendor playfully teased him before handing it over. When it was time to go home, Sami felt both sad and happy. Sad to leave behind the warm evenings and ancient wonders, but happy to bring back stories, sketches, and memories. On the flight back, he opened his sketchbook and began to draw the domes of Istanbul, the fairy chimneys of Cappadocia, and the blue sea he'd swum in. It had been the best journey of his life so far, and Sami knew it was only the beginning of many more adventures to come.